Official.streetsmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us right here exclusively on YouTube, Streetsmark Audio. Or fuck with us. Official.streetsmarks on IG. Official.streetsmarks on SoundCloud. Streetsmark fan page on Facebook. Street_smarks on Twitter. This is the Extreme Retro Review for ECW. February 1st, 1994. This is the go-home show for the night the line was crossed. As a go-home show, H-Dub, your thoughts?
My thoughts was this show was terrible. Yeah, there was a match that inexplicably just came to an end for some reason. You have no idea what the result was, why it came to an end. It just was over and was on to the next one and was never mentioned again, and that really bothered me. And so yeah, this show was terrible.
So we have the cold open, Paul Diamond getting fucked up from last week, and the Sheik substitution. We got a quick Sheik package. It's set to the Jaws theme. Did you get that on the network? Ah, damn, it sucks. I see him beating up Onita, so it's footage from Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling, also known as FMW. And we go into the theme. Joey, he's up in the nest. It's more February 5th shilling. Tanaka and Sheik versus the tag champs. And we got to lead into the tag title match. Sullivan and Taz versus Keith Shearer? Which one? Kyle Shearer? I don't know what Shearer it is.
Oh, I don't know either. I just thought it was one of the Shearers. But K Shearer.
And Mikey Whipwreck. Complete squidage as Mikey gets thrown around. Taz suplexes. Sullivan power bombs a guy. Taz sets up the trio well. Taz with a top rope overhead belly to Bailey for the dub. 1 star. Sullivan shakes on the ground. He immediately busts a nut. Yeah. Right.
Taz right behind him.
Woman comes in with the blindfold. Taz comes in. He starts mimicking, covering his eyes, falls on the ground, fake busting a nut. Woman over there. Stop that! That shit never gets old. We got another February 5th rundown. Mr. Hughes promo. We have on the Tape Trader show, we had a bumper for ECW favorite matches. So Paul's already making a compilation tape of favorite matches of the shitty matches from last year that we already reviewed.
Oh, shit.
What fucking matches are on that fucking show?
Oh, Lord.
Larry Winters? Tommy Cairo? Max Thrasher?
Oh, man, I forgot about Big Max and shit.
The Canadian Wolfman?
Oh, don't forget about Glenn Osborne.
The Cosmic Commander?
Oh, shit.
We got to moving on. We got Joey with a Shane Douglas lead in. Another Shane and Putz match. Usual stuff from these two. Sherry distracts Shane with a chain for a third fucking time. What a Putz. Shane holds the chain back. Sherry grabs the chain.
And for those who don't,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say, for those who don't know, Putz is Tommy Dreamer.
Right. Referee John Finnegan questions Shane's hands. He's like, "Hey, what happened there? You know, why that guy just laid out like that? You know what I'm saying? You got a chain? You know? Shane's over there like, no, I ain't got no chain. You know what I'm saying? Shane's over there, no. The fans all like, no, he has a chain. He has a chain. He has a chain.
They're not having none of his shenanigans.
Shane ends up showing his hands. He's got nothing. He's over there Houdini and shit. Fans go crazy.
Of course, he didn't have a chain.
1 star. It was what it was. Your thoughts on the match?
Oh, man. Oh, I thought that ending part was hilarious.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Shane, week by week, you can see Shane just getting a little bit better. A little bit better. And it's all because of Tommy Dreamer, honestly.
Oh, really?
I mean, think about it. Again, you got the storyline guy of Tommy Dreamer, plucky underdog baby face. Mm-hmm. He's taking these L's through nefarious means, but he lives to fight another day. Meanwhile, you know, we got Shane Douglas submitting himself as a top guy week after week, and it's just good. It's a nice thing to see, the growing and the maturation of the character.
Okay, I smell what you're cooking.
We got Joey back in the nest. He has Shane on the phone from his personal gym, and he's cutting a little promo. Did you get this on the show? Cuts a promo.
Who's cutting the promo?
Shane.
Oh yeah. Well, they played a highlight video. I don't.
All right. So Shane cuts a promo. Shane, he cuts a money-ish promo on Sabu and Funk for the 3-way at February 5th. The words and delivery are there, but he doesn't have the credibility yet. It's growing, like I previously mentioned, but this match on February 5th is going to give him the credibility as a main event top guy. So it leads into a Shane package, which is what you saw. And he's beating up people, and he's set in the vignette set to some generic rock and roll.
Okay.
Moving on.
Okay.
So we got Chad Austin versus Johnny Hotbody.
Right.
It's taped earlier. Maddie gets on for a second to do color. Hotbody still with the do-rag. His tights are completely awful. This match is awful. Austin botches selling a German suplex and then botches a spin kick and then Hotbody outside. Then he recoups for a sloppy flip dive off the top to Hotbody on the floor. They do a replay of the spot, and then they cut to Joey and Matt, who's ordering the pizza under Styles' name. Like they said, all right, this match is the shit. We're just going to go to something else.
I wanted to know who won, though, damn it.
Who gives a shit? You are the only person who gives a shit. For the 56 subscribers that we have so far.
Shout out to all y'all.
They don't even give a shit. So why do you give a shit?
Why show it then? Why even put it on then if I shouldn't give a shit? That's why I give a shit, because if you put it on, you're telling me I should give a shit. And then when you don't give me a reason to give a shit, I feel robbed.
I have nothing to say about that. Joey wants to know what Maddie in the house has done all week, and they go to some pre-tape promos. JT Smith speaks on the 3-way. He's never fought Sabu. He's fought Shane. And at first he doesn't want to speak on Funk. But then he changes his mind and he says, they still have unfinished business.
That's right. I like the sound of that.
I said, way to make it about yourself, prick.
Hey, fuck it. If he's the one who has to take out Terry Funk, then shit, whoever gets the job done.
He ends the promo by saying, Funk's going to take the 3-way. That's what he said. Then they go to Jason. Jason says, on February 5th, the most exciting thing will be my suit. But as for the match, I'm going to go with Sabu.
I can get with that.
Todd, they go to Todd, and he's outside the locker room, or outside his commissioner's office or whatever. And Maddie says, what's your pick? And he said he can't make a pick because he's the commissioner. But if he wasn't, he mumbles something and he closes the door in Maddie's face. Good job, Todd. Then they go to the Rockin' Rebel and this god-awful jacket.
You wasn't feeling the Rebels, Jack?
Oh, that shit was awful. It was blinging all over the place.
He's a rebel that's rocking. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. Oh, slight retraction from the other show. I had said something about some rest and relaxation during a Jason promo, but I meant to say that it was rock and roll, and it segued into rock and rebel. Anyway, moving on. So speaking of rock and rebel, he's talking about he has a dog collar match at February 5th, so he can't be really concerned about the match. Honestly,
he's focused.
Right. But since y'all think he's so important, he's going to go with the franchise Shane Douglas.
That also an excellent pick. Very smart of you there, Mr. Rebel.
Hot Stuff Hollywood.
What's happening?
We're going to go with you for the three-way at February 5th. Who's your pick?
My pick is, I'm going to go with the franchise Shane Douglas because I think he's the most suited temperamentally wise. Like he's more temperamentally sound than Sabu, and then he's better in every single way than Terry Funk. So I think he would go into the night the line is crossed with a superior strategy to both men, and will leave out of there the ECW Heavyweight Champion.
Stay tuned. So we have Kevin Sullivan asking the Tasmaniac for his pick. The Taz just grunts. He goes, ugh. And then Sullivan goes, brilliant. Sandman breaks down some character motivation and continuity. Sabu jumps Sandman to get at Shane for the ECW title back at Ultra Clash. Shane then goofed Sandman at Ultra Clash for the title. And then Funk turned heel on Sandman with a chair because it's the hardest chair shot he's ever had since he's been in professional wrestling.
So what? That was his first chair shot in professional wrestling?
So with all that being said, he's going to go with the experience of Terry Funk. Jason interrupts and counter promos for the double dog collar match. They go to grab at each other. JT Smith comes out of nowhere.
Okay.
To help him pull Sandman back.
Okay.
What's your thoughts on Sandman giving the nod to Funk?
I think there's a reason why he gets booed at the ECW arena, and now we know why. Because apparently he's gotten his ass whooped by Rockin' Rebel one too many times, and he's delirious. For him to sit up there with a straight face and says he thinks the experience of old ass Terry Funk, yeah, he got experience, but he's old as fuck. So why? I think that was a terrible pick, and he's gonna look stupid come February 5th, 1994. And I really hope anybody, for real, anybody but Terry Funk wins. If the referee wins the championship, that is okay with me. It's anybody but Terry Funk, who's a despicable person. I wonder if his parents are ashamed of him. I would imagine so, because his daddy died on him on purpose. So, anyway, yeah, my thoughts on that. I think I've said enough about that. And screw Sandman and what was his father's name? Dory Sr. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to you, Mr. Funk Sr., R.I.P., all that other good stuff. And, you know, I'm sorry. Feel sorry for you and your wife. My condolences.
Manny in the House finally scares Paul Lee to come out of the dressing room. Paul scoffs at Maddie's question. We wrap up with Joey's fence straddling ass because he doesn't know who's going to win the three-way on February 5th. Ty Gordon takes a shot at the Royal Rumble 1994, and he shields February 5th. Moving on. We have a Jason promo from his car. He's highlighting his stable, Mr. Hughes, the pit bull, and now he turns his attention to Sal Balomo. We have a replay of of Sandman and Jason on the car. and he recaps that angle, and then we finally segue into the double dog color match. We have a two girls replay for the Holiday Hell shirt and more ECW gear. Where are the shirts? We have a public enema vignette lead into the Shera and Chad Austin match. Complete squidash. Rock will finish with a lion salt. Dud.
Yeah.
Moving on. We have a replay of the Now instant classic public enemy segment. Still funny and awesome. No freeze frame to end the promo this time. When they're fighting the Bruise Brothers. They're going to fight the Bruise Brothers at the night the line was crossed. Sabu's handler versus Gilbert.
Also known as Super Shredder Jake the Snake Roberts.
Chokeslam for the win. Gives him another chokeslam. For good measure. For goof measure. Paulie with the classic 911 dialing on the cell phone. He still has his jacket on and his fanny pack. 3 more choke slams and more Paulie theatrics. We have a final February 5th card rundown. Paul with another money promo for February 5th. I said this is the 4th money promo from Paul in a row. Overall, as a go-home show, thumbs up.
Oh my god. Wow.
As a show, it sucked ass. Thumbs in the middle.
Oh man, this coming from the guy who didn't like Batman vs. Superman, everybody. Speaking of which, Justice League is coming out November 17th. By the time this drops, it'll already be out, so make sure you go see it again. You gave this show a thumbs in the middle. This was terrible. This show was garbage. How do you have a match on your show that there's no conclusion to? You don't even tell people, like, oh shoot, during the break, but both men got a concussion and the referee stopped the match. Or a dragon came and burned everybody up and shit. Tell me something. Tell me something.
It was Johnny Hotbody versus Chad Austin.
So why have it on the show in the first place?
Because you have to fill time.
So, what, they match went over their time limit and they said, fuck, they finished?
Who gives a shit about the match?
I give a shit about the match.
Why do you give a shit about Chad Austin versus Johnny Hotbody?
Because it's the principle. Dag dammit, if there was one Chad Austin fan watching the show,
Mama Chad Austin?
yes, she wants to know what happened to her baby boy. And I want to know what happened to her baby boy, too. What happened to Chad Austin and Gilbert after Gilbert hit that whatever kind of flip off the top rope you want to call it?
He went into television oblivion. Who cares?
You keep saying that and I keep saying I do. I'm waving my hand because I care.
Next week, the night the line was crossed.
I'm going to Google it.
We're going to see the famous 3-way between Terry Funk, Sabu, and the franchise Shane Douglas. And we're going to see if it lives up to the hype.
Oh, we definitely will, because I'm going to tell it like it is. That's what I do. Because I am a paragon of professionalism, not just a pony poom pulverizer.
Pentuple P. I'll be the scourge of the IWC.
Oh, shit.
Life is a work. Make sure you get paid for it. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Official.streetsmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us right here exclusively on YouTube, Street Smart Audio. Or fuck with us. Official.streetsmarks on SoundCloud. Official.streetsmarks on IG. Street Smart fan page on Facebook. Street_Smarks on Twitter. This is the Extreme Retro Review for ECW, February 5th, 1994. This is the night the line was crossed.
Oh, yes, it was. Yes, it was, and I could see why they retroactively named this show that. It was definitely a very fitting title.
What were your thoughts on the show?
I thought this show overall was awesome. Like post Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert era, this is easily hands down my favorite anything that ECW has done. Overall, it's there were some missteps in that execution in some matches, and it's not. Don't get me wrong, it's not a perfect show by any means, but overall I loved it.
So we have Todd opening up by addressing the multiple allegations, which may be true, but on February 5th, the line was crossed. Watch this tape, and now know that Eastern Championship Wrestling is not for everyone. So we open up with Sal versus the Roughneck, Mr. Hughes, along with the sexiest man alive, Jason. Sal comes out to a mixed reaction, throwing toys into the crowd. The crowd started to look like the ECW crowd. When I looked at it, I said, you know what? This looks like an ECW crowd. It's not like them spotty ass crowds that we saw at the Cabrini Green or the Cabrini Field College. You know what I'm saying? Or those early shows. You know what I'm saying? Around Ultra Clash. You know what I'm saying? It's actually a nice house. Jason and Hughes come out. Jason gets popcorn to the face. Over. I thought it would be a quick squash, but Sal got some offense. Heat spot. Jason distracts, knee to the back, sidewalk slam for the win. Dud.
A struggle sidewalk slam, but yeah.
Jason gets popcorn again. But your thoughts on the match?
It was definitely unmemorable and just meh. But it was probably about 30 seconds too long. But yeah.
It should have been just sidewalk slam finish.
Yeah, basically.
Roughneck. You know what I'm saying? I hate that fucking song. So we're going into let me stop. So, got to shout out, since we're doing a big show, got to shout out the Extreme Wrestling Archive. Got to shout out my boy Shem.
What's up, Shem?
You know what I'm saying? I think we're finally past him. He only did 3 shows. He only did Sizzler, Ultra Clash, and Blood Feast. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's slipping.
Super slipping.
Yeah, come on, Shem. Keep up, fam.
All right. So we're moving on to the double dog collar match. We got Sandman versus the Goof, Tommy Cairo. Sandman and the Goof, Tommy Cairo versus Rockin' Rebel with Jason and the Pitbull. Cairo has theme music. I was very unaware of that. Said the heels come out to the third ECW theme. Jason has another outfit on. Nice. Baby faces have the collars on, and the heels are hesitant to attach themselves to the chain. They pair off, and the crowd is hot. Brawl outside. Cairo and Pitbull hacking Rebel. Rebel gigged immediately early into the match. Jason with a shot early in. Hack and Rebel are in the crowd. They're by some tables. Hack sets up a table and gets back body trap through it like an idiot. Cairo and Pitbull are doing stupid shit in the ring for pinfalls. Nobody's paying attention. Meanwhile, Rebel is over outside becoming a fucking god to the ECW arena.
Oh, man, yeah.
He pile drives Hack through a table. He throws him back in. The heels whip the faces into each other. Both faces no sell. Cairo with a sloppy belly to Bailey on the Pitbull. Sandman uses the chain to hold him down for the win.
Yeah, I was surprised that they won.
out of nowhere.
That was crazy.
I really thought that the heels were going to win this match because one, Sandman's in the match, and two, Tommy Cairo's in the match. Who's Tommy Cairo beating?
Well, he is the Pennsylvania State Heavyweight Champion of ECW.
Overall, I said it was an entertaining mess, but the crowd loved it, and they needed it at this point because that first match was garbage.
Yeah, definitely a snooze.
Heels beat up the faces. Hack gets hung over the ropes again. Sloppy. Double suplex on Cairo. Hack clears the ring with a chair, I think, or something like that. Moving on.
Yeah.
So we have the Public Enema versus the Bruise Brothers in a fight. This isn't even a match. It's just a fight. Show up and we're just going to fight.
Speaking of win out of nowhere.
Public Enemy out to slam by Onyx. Rocco dancing and taunting the crowd. I hear yell, "Don't call me Jailbird!" Heels jumpstart the heat, and we have the same exact match, except without two dog collars and Jason.
Right. Exactly.
Guys are in the crowd. Bruise Brothers are identical twins, so Joey calls them either Ron or Don Harris or a Bruise Brother.
He couldn't make up his mind. But.
Public Enemy get beat all over the arena. Close up on a Bruise Brother shows an SS tattoo. Did you see that?
I didn't pay attention.
So on Ron and Don Harris's arms, they both have SS tattoos, which was the secret service of the Nazi Party, the Gestapo.
Interesting.
Very interesting indeed.
And they both have it.
Right.
Huh.
Cool. The other one has the same tattoo. They fight by Joey. Joey's over yelling into the crowd like, "Oh my God, what's going on? It's the ECW arena. It's not for everyone." Back in the ring, he powders like a bitch. Speaking of bitches, Johnny Grunge throws powder. Rocco hits BB1 with a 2x4 for the win. What?
Yeah, like I said, and that's why I said speaking out of nowhere.
Especially after seeing the dog collar match, it was terrible. I was like, what the fuck is the same exact match as the last match?
Literally.
And no dog collar, and we just sitting there just watching them beat the fucking Public Enemy all over the fucking place. And then out of nowhere, 2x4, and it's over. 1, 2, 3. Very upsetting.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Moving on. So we have Tommy Dreamer versus Jimmy Superfly Snuka with Hunter Q. Robbins III.
Yeah, that was different to see.
Hunter Q. Robbins III is formerly being the charge of Jimmy Snuka. He when he hatched his plan back in December, he said he's going to hatch a plot so devious, you know what I'm saying? And this is his plan.
Oh.
He aligned himself with Jimmy Snuka.
Okay. So it's and I just want to say it's very smart of Jimmy to get away from that weasel, Paulie Heyman. Or dangerously, I'm sorry.
So Tommy comes out to the ECW theme. Snuka comes out to the second Super Destroyers theme music, which I love, and I keep trying to find it on YouTube. I'm trying to Shazam it so I can find what the title is, but I cannot find that theme music. It is so amazing. I love it. It's Muda-esque. Anyway, Tommy clearly gets booed. Hunter Q. Robbins III gets booed. Snuka, however, gets cheered. Joey, in a fit of hyperbole, says the match will be a classic between two athletes. Come on, dog nuts. Come on, doggy dog. Shout out.
Oh man, I said 136 click or know what that's about.
Right. So we got a long stall, verbal fellatio by Styles during the entire stall. Snuka jaw-jack in the crowd. Tommy plays Captain Save-A-Ho. He takes off a kid's hat. He says, "I'm going to fight you with the hat." Come on! Yeah. Trying to get the crowd into it. The crowd's not buying it.
Oh, man. It was so annoying.
It was so cringy.
I was annoyed. That's the first time I've ever been annoyed with Jimmy Superfly Snuka, because he was the facilitator of, of that stall, and then Tommy was, like you said, trying to be the superhero and shit. It's like, oh,
come on, man, just come on.
Let's
he
get
ends
it
up
going.
sitting in the crowd. Crowd starts yelling boring. I'm like, all right, let's get to it.
Please.
So he starts off with a Tommy Shine. I like the way Snuka's selling in this match. Snuka goes back to the fan. They start yelling Piper. Start revisiting the Snuka Piper coconut deal back in the 80s. Tommy sucks up some more. He's a clown. I hate him. Snuka goops Tommy over the top rope for the heat to cheers from the crowd. Snuka has to do everything very slowly to get booed. Backbreaker. And then he goes to the top for the Snuka patented Superfly Splash. He hits it, flush.
1, 2, 3, you think?
Nope. Tommy Dreamer kicks out.
I'm like, what the The Rookie of the Year candidate has just kicked out of the move that in every other case in ECW has been defeat for the recipient. Every time.
Snuka has the big sail face. HQR3 with the big sail face.
Like, oh my God.
Joey with a great call for the sail. Snuka still working him over. Back up top for another splash. More work on Dreamer. Snuka with a crazed look in his eye. Dreamer won't give up. Snuka opposite corner splash for the win. Snuka headbutts the ref for goof measure. More work. A fourth splash, and Tommy's coughing up blood in the Ken Shamrock spot. Todd comes out to booze. Snuka off the top with a double axe handle. Several geeks back Snuka off. Dreamer gets one more kick. Dreamer's cell job is great. 2 for the match. Post angle was a 4. Split for 3. Your thoughts?
Match started terrible and annoyed me and ended freaking awesome. I loved it. Good.
Great story.
You know what I'm saying? I was a little pissed off that Dreamer kicked out of the first big splash and shit. But everything that happened after that and shit, oh my goodness, it was amazing.
Made sense. Told a great story. It was a very good call by Joey. Everything was done to perfection. Good job, Tommy Dreamer. You're still a putz in my book, though.
And don't forget the living legend and former member of Hot Stuff International, founded by our great leader, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, the King of Philadelphia, the one and only Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Don't forget him.
So I thought we had a tag team title match, but apparently Kevin Sullivan and the Tasmaniac got stripped of the tag titles. So again, tag team title scene is in disarray. It's a fucking recurring theme in ECW.
Why would they? So any particular reason, backstage wise, why they stripped them of none? Just
No clue. I'm thinking maybe Bruiser Brothers aren't staying around for a long time. We need to get the belts onto Public Enemy. Kevin Sullivan and Taz don't want to do a job.
Okay.
So you can't transition the belts anytime soon, and it's not really a good spot for him to transition the belts at this time. So you still, Public Enemy just went over Bad Company in a match that we never saw. So it's not the time. I don't think the timing's right. That's the only thing I can postulate.
But the key thing is they don't want to do the job.
That's the only thing I can surmise, that they don't want to do the job, So the Sheik hobbles to the ring. He fights Sullivan. Who cares? Like, if you've seen Kevin Sullivan, I already told you that Kevin Sullivan modeled this whole match style after the Sheik. And now you're seeing the Sheik. So it's like zero. It's like dividing by 0. They're in the crowd again. Tanaka and Taz are in the ring having a wrestling match. Who cares? All 4 are in the same shot at least, so I can at least focus on the action. Spoke too fucking soon because the fucking Sheik and Devil go off into Neverland. Devil gets forked. I can't possibly care about either part of this match at this point. Nobody wanted a job. Sullivan was on his way out to WCW soon to do the Butcher Three Faces of Fear gimmick. So Sheik hits a fireball from outside of the ring onto the back of Taz that the camera never caught. Tanaka pinned for the win. Negative infinity. Sheik throws another fireball at Sullivan, completely misses him. Sullivan sells it anyway because it's the Sheik.
That's my favorite part of the matches.
I mean, he's like digging in his ass and shit, trying to get the fucking flash paper out. He's got the fucking lighter and shit in his fucking hand. He's digging in his fucking dick, trying to get the motherfucking shit.
He wasn't looking for it. You know how he get down.
You already know. Because again, if Sullivan fucking got his shit from the street, you already know Sheik with the motherfucker. He out here dick fiddling and shit. Motherfucker that burnt Taz and shit. Tanaka got the motherfucking pin. Goddamn Sullivan and Sheik go out into the arena.
Oh shit. Oh, goof.
All right, so like I said, Sullivan and Sheik keep brawling out. Peter in the chicken style, Wolverine and Sabretooth style. It's never going to end. Bell keeps ringing. Woman and Taz powder. Tanaka and Sheik run a train on Sullivan. And the match just goes off.
Oh, that run a train.
I mean, no, it's like women grab Taz and they just whip it back. You know what I'm saying?
I know it is. It's funny. It's
They
funny.
just start tag teaming this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Sheik over there dick fiddling again.
Oh shit.
All right. So we got Awesome Mike Awesome versus JT Smith.
He still eating out here, you know what I'm saying? I told y'all, any member of Hot Stuff International is a man of their word. And we said that JT Smith is always going to be eating out here. And guess what? He's still eating out here.
Joey bills him as Philly's own.
That's right.
He still gets nothing but booze and indifference.
That's fucked up, but he eating though. That's all we care about though.
I said he's trying to get something.
I didn't promise over.
Match starts. Punch, clothesline, big splash. Clothesline 2, overhead belly to belly.
Come on, somebody.
And Mike Awesome is completely over for the Philly crowd. Clothesline over the top rope, and then he waits. He rears back. He runs. He jumps. He dives onto JT Smith, and he kills him. Quite simply put, he just killed him. His back fucking just arched back. I've never seen a body part do not what it's supposed to do that bad and not break. Like, as soon as I saw it, I thought Joe Theismann.
Yeah.
I thought Sid Vicious.
I'm getting that feeling again where it's just
It's over.
those bones chilling.
I said Mike Awesome is over for life in Philadelphia.
And JT Smith is paralyzed.
JT Smith's sell job was, I said it was perfect. It was too fucking perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got JT Smith on the Extreme Project. So he talks about this match, and he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? But he's trying to, Awesome's trying to buy him time and shit. So Awesome's over there parading around, because goddamn, he did the most fucking phenomenal move I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. And I gotta protect my opponent.
Right.
So he's over there. He's giving JT time to breathe, make sure he's getting his wind back and everything like that. People are chanting for Mike Awesome. Awesome calling for the awesome bomb. JT fluke roll up for the win.
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
What?
I actually marked out for that just because, for one, he survived being paralyzed and shit. Because Mike Awesome, like you said, killed him. And not only if it's one thing to show up, but to get the winner's purse of the kayfabe money and stuff is definitely eating out here. So I was happy to see that for Philadelphia's own JT Smith. And speaking of Philadelphia, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, the leader and founder of Hot Stuff International, is the king of Philadelphia, for those who don't know. If you didn't know, now you know. And knowing is half the battle.
So post-match, JT scurries out the ring. Awesome's mad as shit, and he grabs and he hits the ref. Powerbomb to the fans' delight.
He beat the fuck out the ref.
Powerbomb 2, and he goes up to the top rope.
Oh, bad decision.
And the top rope breaks. He comes crashing to the mat. The crowd pops. Awesome hits the ref with the top rope and leaves. I gave it 5 stars just for the sheer insanity.
Oh, I loved every second of post top rope awesome onto JT backbreaker move. Everything after that I loved. Every second.
It was amazing. It was the quintessential squash match, but with a roll up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Out of nowhere.
And JT Smith continues to eat out here. Shout out Hot Stuff Hollywood.
Oh, shoot. Oh, man.
So, we come to the main event.
Yeah.
3-way for the ECW Heavyweight Championship. We have Sabu, the franchise Shane Douglas, and the ECW Heavyweight Champion, the living legend, Terry Funk.
Boo! Boo! Boo!
Sabu's out with Paulie. Shane's out with Sherry. Mm-hmm. Shane's out first with Sherry to some horrible music. Paulie runs down and smacks Sherry in the head with the phone immediately.
It was on and popping from that point on.
Shane hits Paul. Shane and Sabu start the match. They start hot as fuck. Joey is barely audible as they trade moves. Shane's a little slow. He's a little slow because he's a little bit bigger for this match. He's a little noticeably bigger for this match. I just want to say that. Yeah, just he's been lifting weights. He had to get in shape. He had to, he's going 60 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So he had to get into shape for it.
Okay.
He's in peak cardio right now.
I hope that's what it is.
So Sabu and Shane start for the first 15. They got 15 minutes to beat each other. Otherwise, Funk comes out to a finish and it's no time limit, or it's to a 60-minute. My bad. Mm-hmm. So they immediately hit a chin lock. Crowd's into Sabu. Sabu's handler is now named 911. So they do some basic stuff to kill time so Funk can come out. Sabu crashes and burns on a missed moonsault through a table on the outside with 2 minutes left in the first period. Funk walks out with 30 seconds left and takes Shane into the crowd. Sabu's been escorted out, so now it's Funk and Shane. You have anything to add on the first part of the match?
I loved it. I was locked in from the moment Paul hit Sherry. I'm glad Sherry was okay, by the way, but Shane and Sabu tore the house down.
So Funk's head is bandaged, but it came off immediately. Funk with a pile driver outside, and there's more outside stuff to kill time. Funk throwing chairs into the ring and chase Sherry around to buy time. Funk stacks the chairs and DDTs Shane. Shane recruits, drops an arm onto the injured back of Funk. Shane works the back outside and more stuff. 30 minutes pass. Funk and Shane brawl into the hard camera crowd. Back in, Sabu returns with a bandaged knee. Funk powders and gets the Eagle's Nest mic, and he breaks both Sabu and Shane as they work, and Funk comes back. All three are in at 35 minutes, and now they start the real three-way part of the match. Shane powders immediately. 911 distracts Paul so Funk can phone somebody to break up the toe hold. Oh, he breaks up. He hits Funk with to break up the toe hold. They're doing more stuff. Shane in. Funk starts doing the JYD headbutts. Cover for a 2 on Sabu. Funk pushes the ref. And the referee's Jim Molyneux, by the way. Paul starts a Sabu chant. Sabu. 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 They do the triple sleeper spot around this time. As the match kind of slows down, I'm kind of bored at this point. Figure 4 spots broken up by Paul as Shane's eyes botched by a crab. Blah, 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 blah. 40 minutes in, Sabu chases Sherry. Shane chairs Funk outside. Bad Breed do a run in to help. Shane and Sabu cradle suplex for 2. Funk's getting carried out. Sabu with a leg drop for 2. Breed beats up Shane and do some more stuff. Funk returns 50 minutes in, and I can't make sense of anything that's going on at this point. Stuff is just happening. I'm just like, I'm writing it down, pause. I'm writing it down, pause. I'm writing it down, pause. Because it's just so many things happening. Yeah. So many people are in the ring now. You got the Bad Breed, you got Sherry, you got Sabu, you got Shane, you got Funk, you got 911, you got Paul Lee, you got the referee. You know what I'm saying? So it's time consuming. It's like the match was an hour, but it took me like 2 hours to write the fucking match up. You know what I'm saying? So, I swear on the mother of all botches, I said, okay, there it is. Sabu slams Funk, and I swear on the other of all botches, and a lion salt. Whatever. Then Sabu goes to the corner. Funk rolls into a position for a moonsault. Fans openly boo the shitty transitioning. Ref bump. What? Series of pins by everybody with a ref bump. Triple wear down spot 55 minutes in. Sherry jumps on Funk. Funk suplexes Sherry. Yeah. He starts to toe hold, but Sherry cuts that short. Everybody's gassed for about 45 minutes at this point. Funk puts Sherry shoe in his hand in low blows Sabu in a cute spot, then digs the heel in Shane's ear. Funk atomic drops Paul Lee at 58 minutes. Shane crossbodies both men. Time ends. The crowd boos. Then they start to cheer. I gave the match a 1 star. Just because it was just all right. The first 15 minutes was hot when it was just Sabu and Shane. It was dope. I loved it. Okay, then Sabu's out. Now it's Funk and Shane. All right, so we got Funk and Shane, which I've already seen at Holiday Hell. I've seen it a couple times already, so I'm kind of bored at this point watching these guys work. Okay,
and plus it's Terry Funk,
right? So exactly. Sabu comes back, and they start the 3-way stuff, and the 3-way stuff is it's because it's the first match. You know what I'm saying? I have to give them some leniency. But regardless of all that, you still got Terry Funk in the match, and you still have a guy like Shane Douglas in the match.
That's right, the franchise.
So you would think, it was paced well, but overall, it was still disjointed. That's why I gave it a 1. Your thoughts, though?
Okay, first, there was one part in the match where Terry Funk once again showed what type of low-life degenerate that he is. Him and Shane was outside the ring, and Shane was on the barricade and shit straddled or whatever. He pulled down the franchise, former member of Hot Stuff International, Shane Douglas. He pulled his drawers down and then exposed his bare ass. For what reason would a man pull down another man's tights to expose his ass? Thankfully, the sensational Sherry, she was there and she pulled his tights back up and shit and covered his ass back up and shit. But why? Just first he trying to talk Paulie into get naked, and then he trying to talk the crowd into get naked, and not chicks, mind you, other dudes, and then he just pulls out Shane Douglas's ass. For what reason? So I didn't particularly care for that match. I mean, that particular part of the match, but it's Terry Funk, so Funk gonna funk, you know what I'm saying? But otherwise, then there was another, I don't know, the triple or the double sleeper hold, or,
right?
To seem a little peculiar, I called it the Human Centipede Sleeper. But
I watched Human Centipede 2 the other day.
I've never seen 1 or 2, but I hear 1 is one of the worst movies you could ever watch.
So I'm gonna give you a third Street Smart Cinema inside of this Extreme Retro review. So check this out. So based off of Human Centipede 1 in story was an actual movie in Centipede 2, right? Okay, so the dude in Centipede 2 is just a crazy lunatic, and he loves the Human Centipede movie, and he wants to fucking recreate that shit in real life. So he starts kidnapping people.
Oh shit!
And he ends up kidnapping the actress who's in Centipede 1, and makes her the head of the next real Human Centipede. And it's like 12 people in that shit.
Oh no!
He like sodomizes the end, like one of the chicks on the end and shit. It's ridiculous.
Oh
yeah, but still, just think of the shit that people eat and shit the shit and eat the shit. Do that shit like 12 times, and then the person on the end gets fucking the ass.
How can you say it so casual though? Like it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm gonna go to the grocery store, get some fruits and vegetables. Oh, and the last person in the Human Centipede gets fucked in the ass.
I didn't make the fucking movie. I just watched this shit. That nigga was in the back of the centipede like, oh.
Oh, that's fucked up. Oh, that's fucked up.
All right, so post-match, Joey's in the lobby. He's putting over the match. He asked Funk about the match that just took place. Funk's crying about how he loves wrestling. He despises the WWF. He despises WCW and how it's ran. Not the wrestlers though, just the companies and how it's ran. Just the promoters and the corporate entity, you know what I'm saying, respectively. He puts over Sabu and Shane. He puts over ECW and the fans. He loves you, and he's going to keep going.
I'm about the Human Centipede myself right now, thinking about this shit.
So Todd comes out. He has some words. He's the master of ceremonies of the press conference. 911 and another handler who I dubbed 411 are holding Sabu back while Paulie spins that it was a conspiracy between Shane and Funk to keep the belt off of Sabu.
Oh, give me a break.
He doesn't have much to say to Todd. He doesn't think Joey's that good of an announcer. That's all he got to say about that. He walks off. Like during the promo, he kept breaking up. He said, "Hold him back, hold him back. We'll give him the meat later."
Oh man!
Then the franchise, Shane Douglas comes out.
Oh yeah,
and he cuts probably the most iconic promo of not only his career, but of anybody's career. Honestly,
it was awesome.
It was a definitive promo. I mean, Philadelphia, you saw it here live. You know what I'm saying? He took the crazy man Sabu out, Terry Funk, he crushed his knee to obliterate.
Yeah, there it is.
You know what I'm saying?
He crushed it to what?
Obliterate. Forever in the Street Smart audio lexicon.
Oh, shit, obliterate. You know what I'm saying?
I cannot do that promo justice. No way I could transcribe all the great things that he said.
Oh, man, it was phenomenal.
It's just basically he said that since he beat both guys to a pulp, he worked 60 minutes, he deserves to be the new ECW champion.
He should be the ECW Heavyweight Champion. And I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Because as he said, Terry Funk and Sabu had to be carried out. He walked out.
Terry Funk comes back and he's lamenting that he's saying, you know, hey, I put you over.
He tried to steal Shane Douglas's shine. Did anybody interrupt Terry Funk when he talked? He had all the time in the world to he talk. Nobody interrupted him. He said what he had to say. Sat there looking stupid with his dumb little bloody face after he got his ass whooped by the franchise Shane Douglas. And nobody interrupted him. But when it's Shane Douglas's turn, he wants to come out. He wants to be a camera hog and he wants to steal the shine and be in the spotlight. Because that's the type of loser he is. He has self-esteem issues. He is what's the word? Oh, insecure. That's what it is. He is insecure, and so that's why he always has to be in the limelight. Even when he has his time, he left out of there with the belt on some fluke shit. But it wasn't enough. No, he heard Shane Douglas cutting the promo of a lifetime, and he wanted to be in on it. That's the type of person that Terry Funk is. I can't stand him. He is despicable, and week in and week out, he continues to show you why. This is why I say about Terry Funk. But he's the living legend. Kiss my ass.
So Terry Funk comes back. Terry and Shane have a back and forth. Shane's talking about, you know, I beat you up. Look at your face.
That's right.
Look at my face.
Exactly.
That's why I should be the heavyweight champion. Because I'm prettier than you.
Proof positive.
And I worked a longer match than you. You're a has-been. I'm the new kid on the block, basically.
Come sashaying in at the end and shit. Or they're going to go up by Joey Styles and take a breather and shit. Hey, get the fuck out of here.
So since Funk, he doesn't really care about the belt, so he gives the belt to Shane. He says, here, you can have the belt if you want it.
The most honorable thing he's ever done in his life.
He says, here, because I know on March 5th, when I beat you, it'll be oh so sweet to beat you for the title that you didn't really earn.
Well, that was just dementia kicking in.
So they end up touching each other. They have a little sissy fight, pull apart, brawl. They're all focused on each other's faces and everything. Geeks pull them apart. Said the match was a 1. The post-match was a 5. We split it 4-3.
I was surprised to see Kevin Sullivan out there as one of the geeks trying to restrain Terry Funk and shit.
But shit, you need geeks. You know, he could have put a mask on or something, you know.
Yeah, it's just peculiar.
You know Kevin Sullivan has a mask. Yeah. Probably some gimp mask or some shit.
Yeah.
Overall, great moments. Even if the card was repetitive with a double dog collar match, the tag title match, and the Bruise Brothers versus the Public Enema matches being the same fucking match over and over and over again. You got Dreamer kicking out of the splash. The double dog again was good. Awesome was great, but you forget about it because of the post match of the 3-way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they put this squash match in a death spot, and you don't even remember Mike Awesome after that. You know what I'm saying? Because of the 3-way being so long and the post match being so great, you forget that Mike Awesome just killed somebody.
Yeah. And lost the match. Oh man, he picked the wrong night to fight JT Smith. That's
So for historical purposes, you should definitely watch this show. But remember, it is ECW, and it is not for everyone.
Oh, there was the part where the fans was giving Terry Funk the chairs and shit. I thought that was pretty cool and shit. That's like the first time that happened. You know,
Just wait. It gets more epic.
I've seen the videos on YouTube, or the montages, if you will. So apparently, it happens frequently.
It happened twice.
Oh, twice.
At least twice. And I think definitely this year and next year. So
this was like the little precursor.
yeah. So next week we'll be on February 8th, February 15th shows. It'll be a special show next week. It'll probably be it'll be Extreme Retro Review number 50. Right?
Number 50, yo.
Right?
Oh man, it's lightweight a big deal, huh?
Kinda.
We should have some Street Smart trivia for number 50. You should put the title out.
Until then, life is the work. Make sure you get paid for it. We out. Official.streetsmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us right here exclusively on YouTube, Street Smart Audio. Or fuck with us. Official.streetsmarks on IG. Official.streetsmarks on SoundCloud. Street Smart fan page on Facebook. Street_Smarks on Twitter. This is the Extreme Retro Review for ECW, February 8th, 1994. This is Extreme Retro Review number 50.
We did it, and to that, cheers, my brother. I'm gonna take a drink. Everybody go ahead and toast whatever device you're listening to us right after you like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you for joining us for 50 consecutive weeks and 50 consecutive shows. I'm gonna take a swig for y'all because we do this for y'all.
What were your overall thoughts of this show?
Overall thoughts of this show. It was a clip show, but I would definitely recommend checking it out, especially if you saw the night the line was crossed.
All right, so we have the cold open of the three-way, and it's the finish of the three-way, and you have the great call by Joey. He says, 60 minutes. These guys are clapping. No gimmicks. No blah, 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 blah. Just 3 men letting it all hang out. Wrestling has returned to North America. Like the shit wasn't in Canada or in Mexico.
Oh man, I didn't even think about them shitting on North America and Mexico. I mean, Canada and Mexico. Like, you know, off top, I know they're shitting on WWF and WCW, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know.
Fuck CMML. Fuck AAA. Fuck all that. Wrestling has finally made it back to North America, and now we go into the thing. So we had Joey in the Eagle's Nest, and in a fit of hyperbole, he said that the three-way was the greatest match in the United States of America in quite some time. At the end of the show, they're going to show some Shane crossing the line.
Yeah, man, talk about getting dramatic for all you, because I was trying to think back, like, did did I watch all the whole press conference and stuff? And I probably should have, because they didn't play the whole thing. When they played it later, they didn't play Paul E's part.
Right.
But I'm like, dang, I didn't think he did anything that was particularly line crossing. Maybe it was all the F-bombs or something, or maybe that he threw the belt at Terry Funk's head or something. I don't know, but...
So, jerking the curtain, we got 911 versus Mikey Whipwreck.
Oh, Super Jake, yeah. Yeah, my boy.
Chokeslam for the win. Dud.
Yeah, it was literally a 4-second match. Oh, but then he choke slammed him again afterwards for a good measure.
And then Paul dances around like a damn goof. That's some more theatrics.
Oh, Paul having a little fun out there.
So we got Johnny Hotbody with Tony Stetson in his corner versus the underdog, Chad Austin. They're doing the underdog gimmick with Austin that Mikey Whipwreck's going to get. And apparently this is a rematch from last week.
Uh-huh.
Stetson, he's outside roasting Johnny Hotbody the whole time.
that was kind of fucked up, though.
Right.
The Hitman.
Every time, because Hotbody's over there losing his shit and Hitman's over there just fucking with him. Ah! You got hit with a shitty spin wheel kick. Ah! You got punched by Chad Austin. Austin gets some roll-ups. Hotbody gets mad. Austin then reverses into a sloppy pin. Dud.
Oh, yeah.
Stetson then keeps clowning Hotbody, and they argue up to the back into the curtain. Your thoughts?
All Hotbody had to do was get on Stetson's pants being halfway up to his nipples, and then I would have shut all that shit down. But, I guess, I don't know, he didn't see it or something, or maybe that's just he was used to it or something. But that's,
Used to what?
maybe he was used to seeing him with his pants up to his nipples and shit. Because I was like, oh, you think that little motherfucker not, why your pants, why you got on granddad pants, my dude? So, but that was my main thoughts. After I saw that, I couldn't think. But it looks, and I guess the Hotbody and Stetson are about to break up, because that's what this looks like.
I don't even know why they're doing a storyline with these two, but whatever. Joey runs down next week's card. More stuff. Moving on. We got Pat Tanaka versus Keith Shearer. Initially, I put Norm Shearer. Shearer jump starts the heat.
Close enough.
Tanaka with a comeback. Tiger Bomb for the win. Done. Your thoughts?
Oh, man. I like seeing the sit-down power bomb. That was about it.
He muscled him the fuck up, though, too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
It didn't look like Shearer was going up, that he wasn't assisting Sensei with the move.
No.
So he kind of muscled him the fuck up.
yeah, Sensei was getting that move off one way or the other.
So we got Joey leading into Maddie in the house, who did an investigation about Shane at the February 5th press conference.
Yeah.
Maddie in the house first interviews JT Smith. JT Smith says, him and Funk have unfinished business. But in regards to Shane, he definitely crossed the line. Then he moves over to Hunter Q. Roberts III. Hunter Q. Roberts III ascertains that, yes, indeed, Shane did indeed cross the line. Mm-hmm. And he walks off. Then it moves over to the Public Enemy. They sit back and they talk about how the match went 60 minutes. And then they talk about the press conference. And they talk about the pull apart afterwards. And they said, well, first of all, they talked about the match was 60 minutes, and it would never took them that long to do anything, because the first time, how long did they take, with Johnny Pots and Pans to steal the TV? It took them like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Then how long it took them to beat motherfucking Bad Company? It took them like 10 minutes. Then it took them like 10 more minutes to beat the Bruise Brothers. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's like 5 feet person, you know what I'm saying? Because they're the best. So anyway, so they talk about the pull apart, right? And they say, well, did you get something from the pull apart? Yeah. So Johnny looks at Rocco. Rocco looks at Johnny. They start pulling out the shit. They stole some shit.
Right.
Who was the first? Somebody had a watch. They had a Rolex from somebody. Then they left it. Then the next thing was a wallet.
Yeah, from a person who we was making sure was eating out here, but for some reason he took Terry Funk's side in the little press conference scuffle there. I don't know. And him and Hunter Q. Robbins III talking about Shane went too far. So I don't know. This is a situation I'm gonna keep a close eye on. But yeah, it was JT Smith's wallet was the first one.
Right. So JT Smith only had $2. They called him a Louis Farrakhan looking somebody, and they moved on with that.
Yeah.
And then I think Johnny had a wallet, and it had a gold card. It had a Visa card. Had a whole bunch of money in it. Rocco looked, saw the driver's license. He said, "Oh, Johnny, we in trouble. It's Commissioner Gordon's wallet."
That made me that tickled me up for one reason only, just because Commissioner Gordon made me think of Commissioner Gordon. So other than that, I was like, okay.
So they lament and they start to walk off, talking about how they're gonna get in trouble because they got the fucking Ty Gordon's wallet.
Yeah.
And then Johnny's like, "Yo, we can sell it out of state."
Way to put yourselves over in somebody else's angle, guys.
So we got Hunter Q. Robbins III with a return promo, and he's talking about the return and his return and his pairing with Jimmy Superfly Snuka. And he finishes off and says, "Ain't that just ducky?"
I wrote that down too. I might just start saying, "Isn't that just ducky?"
So we got a Joey lead into a Snuka pre-tape promo before their match on February 5th. Snuka and Dreamer. And why it went down the way it went down. Because, Snuka was over there. He was, he splashed him like 4 times. He beat up Ty Gordon. And the story of the match, it necessitated a story. And this pre-tape promo was basically why the match beforehand went down the way it went down.
Oh, I added a little backstory. Okay.
All right. So, Sully. Excuse me. So, Sully's back there. He's got Dreamer on one side. He's got Snuka on the other side. Snuka has his animal print loincloth, like robe on over himself. The Dreamer's out there baby face as fuck.
Looking like a goof.
Right. Like a complete putz.
Straight noob and shit.
Right. Snuka doesn't think that Dreamer should be in the ring with him. You know what I'm saying? And Dreamer's completely confused as to why Snuka has this attitude. So I feel we should do a reenactment of this, and I think I should be Snuka, and you should be Dreamer, and we'll get a better understanding of why this went down the way it went down.
I think that's a great idea.
This is Masterpiece Street Smart Cinema. I don't know why you should be in the ring with me.
Oh gosh, Jimmy, I don't know what's going on. I looked up to you as a kid. You were my idol.
You want to say something? What do you got to say about that?
No, I just want to say that I've been looking forward to having this match with you. I saw you when you jumped off the cage at Madison Square Garden and missed, and I thought it was awesome.
You trying to say I'm old?
Oh no, sir, no, Jimmy, that's not what I'm trying to say at all. Yeah, I looked up to you, Jimmy. You're my idol, Jimmy.
Don't you touch me.
Well, just
Don't you touch me.
I'm just trying to say I can't wait to have this match. It's going to be an honor, sir.
I just wanted to let you know, TCB is taking care of business. Punk.
Oh, Jay, what's going on? Oh, come on, Jimmy. Come on, it's not like that, man. Come on, hey, Jimmy, come on. You're my hero. I saw you when you went splat in Madison Square Garden. Yeah, and you went face first and nobody was there and ate all the canvas. And I knew that I wanted to be a crash test dummy too, Jimmy. And you made it look so cool the way your feet just flopped up in the air from the sheer impact of you and nothingness. Oh, it was awesome, Jimmy.
And then that's the story behind the match at the night the line was crossed. Moving on.
You're welcome.
So we got a replay of the clip version of the press conference. We have the Funk's part where he's lamenting. He's got a bloody face. He's talking about how he loves the fans.
This bitch ass nigga came out the promo crying. Like, damn, did you get your ass whooped that bad? He was just sitting there like, he's like, oh, Terry, it's time to start the press conference. Like, yeah, one moment, guys. And he thought he was ready and shit. And they said, all right, action. And then it's like, all right, Terry, tell us about the match and stuff. I just want to give credit to, first of all, I hate the WCW. And in Connecticut, in the ECW, and the Sabu, you a hell of a match, and Shane, I don't like you, but I sure do respect you, and then Shane delivers a promo of a lifetime, and then he wants to come in and get on his shine, and since are you calling me old? Don't be disrespectful.
Well, Funk just, saying he didn't really take too kindly to Shane's, disrespect of calling him old, because he didn't actually beat Shane. You know what I'm saying? He didn't put his shoulders down to the mat, 1, 2, 3. He didn't make him submit. You know what I'm saying? So for an hour,
he should have been thanking Shane for Shane allowing him to leave there with his legs still functioning. That's what he needs to be thanking Shane for, because his knee got taken to obliterate, and it's hard to come back from obliterate.
So they focus more about the pull apart. They do some close-ups on Shane's face. They do close-ups on Funk's face.
That was cheese.
You know what I'm saying? They do a close-up.
It was a tight close-up.
Right. I think I saw a shot of Kevin Sullivan in there.
Speaking of shit.
I don't think it was a. I don't think. We talked about how Kevin Sullivan should have been in a mask for the pull apart.
Oh shit!
Because he was too big of a name.
Right.
To be a part of the Geek Squad. Yeah. Or the Goof Troop, I should say.
Yeah, you never have the big names out there with the Goof Troop.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Breaking
so we
niggas.
said he should be in a mask.
Yeah.
Because 'Cause you know Kevin Sullivan has a mask.
Of course.
A gimp mask.
It makes sense because he's always having Kevgasms.
Right. Oh, shit. Overall, I said, clip show, but don't skip show. You should still watch this show. Even if you watch The Night the Line Was Crossed, still watch this show.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So you can get some backstory, you know what I'm saying, to the matches. Because, you know, February 5th, Night Line Was Crossed. It was just match. There was no, you know, pre-taped vignettes. You know what I'm saying? No hype videos like, you know, as you would see on, you know, like on WWE pay-per-views. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's something that 2-8 serves as a primer for 2-5.
Absolutely.
So, again, clip show, don't skip show. We're going to come back. We're going to do the February 15th show. Peace. StreetSmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us right here exclusively on YouTube, Street Smart Audio. Or fuck with us. Official.StreetSmarks on IG. Official.StreetSmarks on SoundCloud. Street Smart fan page on Facebook. Street_Smarks on Twitter. This is Extreme Retro Review for ECW, February 15th, 1994. H-Dub.
Yay.
What are your thoughts of this show?
I thought this show was a coherent. I think it was a coherent show. Coherent show with a clear direction as to where they were going with some of the wrestlers and stuff. So it seemed like a show with a purpose, and once I got that realization, I enjoyed it. I don't know if everyone would, because you know what I'm saying, I can't remember if there were any great matches on here or not. I'm seeing a couple off top that I know weren't, so I don't remember any good matches being on there, but I'm a sucker for good storytelling, and I see some in the works, so I like that.
All right, so we got a cold open to the press conference. It leads into a video package of the three-way set to Are You Gonna Go My Way by Lenny Kravitz. So we got Joey at the Eagle's Nest. He's shilling March 5th card. It's entitled Funk's Revenge. H-Dub, what are your thoughts of Funk's Revenge?
I almost wanted to liquefy some gold and pour it into both of my ear holes, just so I could never accidentally or intentionally hear anything Terry Funk related ever again, because Funk's Revenge was that it was nauseating to my ears. Like, it made my ears want to puke. So yeah, that's what I thought about Funk's Revenge.
So we got Sully back with Todd. The board of directors are going to give Shane the shot at Funk's Revenge, along with Mike Awesome versus Sabu, Hawk versus Mr. Hughes. Paul Lee cuts in, but Todd shoos him away real quick. Todd may not have power to give to announce who gets the shot, but he can, because he can give the stipulations.
Okay.
Because he has that power.
Okay, it doesn't matter the stipulation. Shane is going to win off top.
He's sick of Paul Lee and he's sick of Jay Sully. For what reason, I don't know.
Yeah, I was wondering, what did Jay do to Todd?
So we got Shane versus Chad Austin. But we slashed that out, and he got Shane versus Sabu. Paulie walking down. 911 grabs Chad Austin, and Sabu runs in to jumpstart again. So it's the first 15 minutes of the night the line was crossed. Geeks separate the two, and that's it.
Yeah. a little brouhaha. Trying to keep Sabu in the mix. Very smart, very smart.
So we got Paulie promo. He's talking about Shane. It's money-ish. Moving on. We got JT Smith and the Goof, Tommy Cairo, versus Rockin' Rebel and the Pitbull with the sexiest man on earth, Jason. Rockin' Rebel's awesome. Cairo's awful. It's a basic tag match. Cairo plays Goof in peril. Hot tag JT. All four in for some stuff. Pitbull cuts off JT. JT out of the corner with the reversal sunset flip for the win. Decent sized pop. I gave it 1 star. He's still eating out here. Your thoughts?
You already know. You took the words right out of my mouth. Because one thing that Hot Stuff International, founded by our great leader and founder, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, who was also the king of Philadelphia. One thing that we always made sure that we did was made sure that JT Smith, sometimes he's flashy, sometimes he's just regular JT, but we always made sure that he was eating out here. And once again, even though he pissed me off last week talking about Shane crossed the line against Terry Funk and stuff, Shane Douglas is Hot Stuff International. No matter who else he joined with, it don't matter who else he click up with. You know what I'm saying? Once you HSI for life. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. He's still eating out here, and we do what we say we gonna do. Come on, somebody.
So after the match, we have a bumper for the March 5th card, also known as Funk's Revenge. We have a replay of Tommy Dreamer kicking out of the Superfly splash at the night the line was crossed. Moving on. We have a match. Mr. Hughes with Jason, the sexiest man on earth, versus the Shy, Hack Myers. All right. So, from my notes, I can't call Sandman Hack no more. Sad face. Fuck it. Hack is Hack, and Hack Myers is Shy. So, I'm just letting you know now. Sandman is always going to be Hack.
Okay.
But Hack Myers is always going to be Shy.
Okay. I'm going to try to remember that.
All right. So if I say Shy, you'll go.
Hack Myers.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Shaw's in complete Jabber mode right here.
Hack Myers.
He gives 2 looks into the camera. So awesome. He was jaw-jacking into the camera. Jason he gets some quick words. Shaw is no Hawk. Thanks, Joey. Complete squash. Sidewalk slam for the win. Done. Shaw gets kicked for goof measure. We have a bumper for Funk's Revenge.
It sounds like you enjoy saying the name of that show.
Your thoughts on the match?
Sidewalk slam, I'm good. That's all I want to see in a Mr. Hughes match. In his match, I just want to see the sidewalk slam. In his promos, I just want to hear him put over The Undertaker or Lex Luger. Other than that, that's all I need.
We go back to Joey to lead into a in-ring segment. We got Sully with Hack and Peaches. Peaches looking kind of shapely. Jason, Rebel, Pitbull, they come into the ring. Joey voiceover narrates the verbiage. I said, shut the fuck up, Joey. I wanted to hear what they had to say.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
I don't need you to say it. I want them to say it. So obviously, I think the transgression or the back and forth went kind of poorly. Mm-hmm. That's why Joey's narrating the shit.
Okay.
Anyway, Rockin' Rebel immediately throws some liquid into Peach's eye, into Sandman's eyes. He's blinded. Backhands Peaches.
Oh man. I was like, okay. Well, I got more excited as it played out further. Though I don't want to spoil it yet, but it turned out to be a very great move by the Sandman right there.
So in the crowd, there's a keg gut sign. Hack walks off, but Cairo comes out, carries Peaches like Captain Save-A-Ho that he is. Joey puts it over and heads to the next match. Your thoughts?
Oh man, I thought it was pretty awesome. He just basically knocked the Peaches the fuck out and then walked away like, because even Joey was so, oh, he didn't even look back. He didn't even check to see if Peaches was okay. He's going straight to the back. So yeah, I'm like, oh shoot, Sandman done with Peaches.
I was more concerned about fucking Goof coming out, saying, saving this bitch again. Why you keep saving this bitch? Why are you saving another man's wife? Let that hoe ride.
Oh, man. Oh, shoot, he trying to get in where he fit in, probably. Like, oh, shit. Like, oh, you don't got to put up with this, baby.
So we got Do-Rags. Tony Hitman Stetson and Johnny Hotbody versus the Bruise Brothers, Ron and Don Harris. I said, I looked at the SS tattoos. I said, they hate Jews, obviously.
Damn, I forgot to look for those again.
But I'm sure they hate black people, too. So, go Do-Rags. Complete squidash. Hotbody don't want none. Hitman gets beat up the whole time with chairs. Stetson's all over the place. Trying to tag, he's chasing Hotbody. Hotbody doesn't. He's running away from the whole action. Ron and Don Harris is just beating him the fuck up. Hotbody, Stetson does something to Hotbody. Hotbody powders. BB's destroy Hotbody. Double boot for the win. 3 stars for the squash. I said, yay! It's time for the breakup of the Do-Rags.
Yeah, the Do-Rags are done.
Bruise Brothers are still awful, but I still like the squidash. Then we have a bumper for Funk's Revenge.
I blotted that out of my memory. Or, you know what I'm saying? Not my memory, but I blotted that out when I was watching the shows. I didn't see the name of that show, or I would have lost my mind. I know it. There must have been, I don't know, something must have just been looking out for me just on a different dimensional level and shit. Just like, oh, let me block this shit from this nigga or he'll never get through this review. Oh, shoot. Oh, this Funk's Revenge. He about to blow a gasket. Thankfully, I am the paragon of professionalism, which is why I'm not having an aneurysm right here on the microphone. Otherwise, who knows? I don't know, literally spontaneously combust. Who names a show after this degenerate, this lowlife? He is the stuff that is stuck to the bottom of garbage dumpsters. Like the shit, like if you had to clean garbage dumpsters, you're like, oh, damn, I want to clean this shit. That's Terry Funk, you know what I'm saying? But he has his own pay-per-view.
So we got Kevin Sullivan and the Tasmaniac with Woman versus the Young Dragons. They're from San Francisco. LOL. Oh my God. They have traditional white karate gis on, mask, and the biggest wigs ever. They look like complete buffoons. So I'm trying to catch up on the right, so I pause it, right? And I just so happened to pause it on a specific part, and Taz is like looking out to the crowd and he's smirking like, we are about to kill these goofs.
Oh shit.
And that's all they proceed to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Sullivan fucks up the video feed in a nice touch. The Dragons get beat up with chairs. Trio woe. Headbutt by Taz. The ref calls for the bell. The crowd boos that. They throw one out and they keep the other one to keep beating up on them. The Bruise Brothers and the Public Enemy run in for the three-way. Geeks pull off the Bruise Brothers and the other teams in the ring. Joey talks about an alliance, a tease between Kevin Sullivan and Tasmaniac and the Public Enemy, but then they square off, and then they start to part ways, and then that finally puts the Public Enema in the tag team title scene.
Yay.
So we got Public Enemy, and they're creeping into Ty Gordon's office. They're looking for the booking sheet. They want to see who's in line for the tag straps. They feel they deserve a shot. They beat up the Bruise Brothers, so they're searching and they're stealing a little shit. Johnny with the wincy voice. Rocco makes it serious. They want a shot at the tag titles. Finito, Are You Gonna Go My Way by Lenny Kravitz to end the show. I don't understand how they crept into the office, but there's a camera on them. And then Johnny Grunge ends the promo by saying, "Peace." Why'd they sneak in?
Oh, man. It's ECW. It's not for everyone.
That shit's for me. Overall, I said it's an enjoyable show.
Oh, man.
The second half breezed through. Start with the hack heel turn, the Shaw debut, and the squash matches. Thumbs up.
Absolutely. Definitely enjoyed the show. Oh, got some direction going and stuff. We know what's going on with the wrestlers. Understanding a little bit what we might have to look forward to. And it's exciting to me because I have no idea yet.
What we're looking forward to is going to be known as the Trail of Suck.
Oh, no.
There's going to be endless amounts of shows leading up to When Worlds Collide. And these shows are overall terrible.
Oh, no.
Completely awful.
Well, I will make it my duty to find the good in these shows and pull them out and bring them to the light like the beacon of hope that I am. As Hot Stuff Hollywood, the Street Smart Audio pay-per-view prediction champion, and the rightful heir to the Street Smart Audio trivia championship as well. That's neither here nor there.
What'd you call my shit? You said your shit's the Universal title?
Mine is the Universal title, and yours is the United States title.
Okay, but if ever there's a time in life that you get the chance to regain that title, will it be elevated?
Oh, absolutely. It'll instantly be the WWE Championship overnight. Because that's the kind of champion I am. You know why? Because we're not gonna go weeks and weeks and weeks in between title defenses, and there's not gonna be shenanigans where I cook up mastermind plots with my friends from out of state. It was an interstate plot to keep the title away from me, ladies and gentlemen. Do you understand that? That a guy, one of his cronies, one of his buddies, Mad Jack Slater, they were in cahoots behind the scenes, and they came up with this elaborate scheme to keep what was rightfully mine away from me. Do y'all understand the dastardliness it takes for two people to come together for the purpose of evil like that? Evil.
Next week, we'll be doing the February 22nd and the March 1st shows. Beginning of the Trail of Suck as we groove into When the Worlds Collide. Until then, life is a work. Make sure you get paid for it. We out. Peace.
Peace.
gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us right here exclusively on YouTube, Street Smart Audio. Or fuck with us. Official.StreetSmarks on IG and SoundCloud. Street Smart fan page on Facebook. Street_Smarks on Twitter. This is the Extreme Retro Review for ECW, February 22nd, 1994. The last week of Black History Month. Wood, what were your thoughts on this show?
My thoughts on this show was it was a roller coaster ride because there were some there were some moments that made me pop, and there were some moments that disgusted me. Hopefully you'll come to me in the various segments so I can elaborate further without giving spoilers. But it was I don't know how any other way to describe this show other than a roller coaster ride.
So we have a cold open recap of Funk, Sabu, and Shane. More Shane and Funk stuff. It's shilling March 5th, also known as Funk's Revenge.
Oh my God. Whoever came up with that should be shot in the face and then stumped Stone Cold style like a mud hole being stumped dry, or whatever JR used to say.
It's Eastern Championship Wrestling. It's just that simple, and we go into the theme. So we got Joey in the Eagle's Nest. He's running down tonight's card, and he has a recap of the three-way tag team title feud. It's a recap of Public Enemy and Todd's Office, and March 5th, Public Enemy and the Bruise Brothers. Then they show some stuff from the night the line was crossed, and it's set to some hard music. Moving on. We got a Joey lead in to Mike Awesome versus Mikey Whipwreck and Keith Shearer. Whipwreck's hair is completely awful. They jump him. It's a sloppy squash. There's a big splash for the finish. Dud. Powerbomb on one guy to the other guy. Mike Awesome bumper. On March 5th, it's Mike Awesome versus Sabu for the TV title. Funk and Shane, they have tape fist. Hawk and Hughes, Public Enemy versus the Bruise Brothers, and the winner gets a tag shot later in the night. So we go back to Joey and Johnny Hotbody. He's going to provide commentary for the next match with Tony the Hitman Stetson.
Oh, wow.
Hotbody's on some big spiel talking about how he took Stetson's girlfriend when they were 13. He said, the Poony Poon was so young.
To paraphrase.
He said the Poony Poon was so something, so I had to go to the network. He said the Poony Poon was so young, he felt like royalty when he was inside of it. And then before that, Hotbody said, Stetson is the man who knows wrestling from A to B.
Oh, he was roasting the shit out of Tony the Hitman Stetson.
It was like it looked like Hotbody was about to pop himself because he was giving his time just to shit on Hitman. So,
and he made it.
I'm going to provide commentary for Tony Hitman Stetson. You know, the guy who knows wrestling from A to B, and he just holds it. He's trying not to laugh.
Oh shit!
So we got Tony Hitman Stetson versus Donnie Allen. Stetson has the do-rag. He has a sequin vest like Dr. Dre from the World Class Wrecking Crew days.
Shiny to the mother.
And a singlet. I'm going to start calling him the fashion plate of ECW.
What was that all about?
Tony Stetson always has something different on. Truly a fashion plate of ECW. Devious is getting his ass kicked over in a bomber's jacket. Your mom got you off the clearance rack at Burlington Coat Factory. Hot Body buries him on color. Hitman for the win with a flying burrito. Devious Allen is the biggest jobber. Dud, this angle is going nowhere. Your thoughts?
First, just to go flashback to the Mike Awesome and handicap match. Mike Awesome almost broke Mikey Whipwreck's neck on a belly-to-back suplex and shit, because that motherfucker landed straight on his neck and shit. Yeah, shit was scary looking. Anyway, as far as this match and shit, Hot Body was hilarious. Obviously, the payoff for this match is not really going to be a payoff and shit, but it's something storyline wise is there and shit. And Hot Body entertained me and shit. I thought that particular part was hilarious and shit. I don't know what the fuck was up with Stetson's outfit and shit, but and also it was weird seeing Tony Stetson in a squash match and shit. Like, you know,
We're going back to the days of Le Moulet.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That motherfucker's been a jobber for a year.
And then here he is calling out another nigga who ain't in the match and shit while just having his way with a jobber and shit. So that particular part was odd for me and shit. So I was entertained by this match in some weird, perverse way and shit.
So we have a recap of Dreamer and Snooker kick out from the night the line was crossed. Moving on. We got Snooker with HQR3 versus the other Shearer. I don't know if it's Keith or Kyle.
That would be Kyle.
All right. Thank you, Hot Stuff.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
Snooker looks into the camera. His looks are epic.
Yeah, because he's deranged now, apparently.
We got a Kmart suit chant. It's easy heat. It's Kyle Shearer, by the way. Slow, long headlock into a shoulder block. Second headlock into a clothesline. And then he does a Snooker taunt.
Oh, yeah.
Snooker with the heat, but Shearer's unlikable, so it's a little pop. 2 thumbs to the throat in succession. Backbreaker. Splash for the win. Dud. Dreamer put HQR3 to sleep on the outside. He steps in with the cane. Snooker then smartens up. Dreamer powders. Snooker and Dreamer at Funk's Revenge. Snooker carries HQR3 to the back. Hollywood, your thoughts?
I thought the match was terrible. And, it was weird seeing Superfly trying to be this psychotic sociopath or whatever it was. He's just all out to lunch and shit, and letting Kyle Shearer getting some offense in on him and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit all about? So yeah, no, the match was terrible and it was just so bizarre. Another part of the roller coaster ride of a show that this was for me.
So we have Jason, the sexiest man on earth, with a backstage promo about Hawk versus his roughneck, Mr. Hughes, on March 5th, also known as Funk's Revenge.
Better known as the March 5th show, 1994. No title.
Moving on. We have a recap of Sandman and Peach's relationship. Peaches is completely awful. She's standing next to a geo-tracker. It's a recap of Hack getting blinded and giving Peaches a knuckle massage. Moving on. We have Sully with Hack, and he's sitting back. They're in the locker room, and he's smoking a squally. I said, this is it.
Yeah.
Heel turn promo.
Oh, man.
Sully asks Hack about last week. Hack says he isn't done with Rebel and the Pitbull. Then Sully says, but what about Peaches? Sandman says she's at home doing the dishes as she should.
You know what I'm talking about?
She stepped in the ring. That's a man's world.
You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes you get smacked. Sully, then he starts to back off.
All right, looking all mortified and disgusted.
I'm not going to go there.
Right. Oh, social justice warrior.
Sandman goes, life's a bitch. And
then you marry one.
Hollywood, your thoughts on the
At
promo?
that part, I marked the fuck out. Well, first of all, I marked out when I saw him smoking a squally, because I had the benefit of coming in with hindsight. I'm like, oh shit, there it is. He's smoking a squally and shit. And then he finished it off with the life's a bitch and then you married one. I loved every second. But speaking of the roller coaster ride, though, because you kind of glossed over it. So they showed, but before they got the Sandman smoking the squally, they showed some clips of Peaches and shit trying to look sexy and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was set to some terrible mood music.
You know what I'm saying? Where they looking at her dress and she doing the duck face and shit. But when that shit first started, first started playing and shit, dude, I literally, and this is no joke, I literally almost shit on myself. Like, I literally had to, you know what I'm saying, tighten the hatch because I was like, and you know what I'm saying, I this is just between me and you and shit, and the 69.
Street
You know what I'm
Smarks.
saying? Because I was so horrified because, like, she, especially, all right, now, just full credit in this quote. When she smiled and shit towards the end and shit, she didn't look as much as like a man and shit. But when it first came on and shit, and I knew it was Peaches and shit, like, dude, I almost lost control of. And you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was horrifying. But thankfully, it was made up. I could see why Sandman would be sick of this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck it. That was probably the perfect opportunity. He probably knocked her out on purpose. And I don't condone violence against women and shit. However, Peaches looking like a man. So, in this particular case, let me say it lighter. In this particular case, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, a man-on-man violence in the wrestling ring is A-okay with me. And then after seeing what it looked like when she's trying to be sexy, yeah, I need a cigarette too. I need a few of them.
So Joey is disgusted by Sandman.
I'm disgusted by Peaches.
Peaches is a high fashion model, quote unquote.
Since when? For Playgirl?
I said Sears isn't high fashion, and I'm being generous. Bootleg purses and J's from the Arab corner store isn't high fashion, and she ain't no model. Moving on. We got a TV title match.
Finally, where's the TV title been for a while and shit? We done seen Sabu and shit, but even anyway.
Sabu with Paul Lee, 911, and a third goober versus Pat Tanaka, the sensei. This match is completely boring to start. Flip outside, Tanaka on the table, Sabu misses, Sabu beats the count, Sabu beats himself. Shaking my head.
Oh, yeah.
Sabu botches Arana. Sloppy body press for 2. Tiger bomb for 2. Slingshot moonsault for the win. Dud. Hollywood, your thoughts?
And Sabu lost that match because when he tried to do the Hurricane Rana from the top rope and shit, Pat Tanaka, I guess he was supposed to have held on or shit. Whatever happened, Sabu ended up missing it and shit. And then Tanaka did his little fine forearm thing and shit, pinned him and shit. The ref counted 1, 2. He was about to hit the 3. He stopped, and then Sabu kicked out and shit. Motherfucker, Pat Tanaka should have been the television champion, and at that particular point in the match right there, should have been over with and shit. Some bullshit, shenanigans.
So, to end the show, we have a March 5th card to close, also known as Funk's Revenge.
Oh, so you don't mind saying Funk's Revenge, but we have a clear-on conspiracy against Pat Tanaka, and you just gloss on over that. But Funk's Revenge, you know, Funk's Revenge. No matter, it doesn't matter if it's a pay-per-view or a big show, even though it's at the same arena as the rest of the other taped shows. But even though it's a show named after one of the most despicable people that ever born or to ever exist in our lifetime, and probably in a lot of other people's lifetime who's not even here anymore. You're down with saying that and shit. However, you're just motherfucking Pat Tanaka is robbed because the referee held up on a 3 count on the match with him and Sabu. You just gloss on over that though. Is there a bias that I detect here, Fuge? Mr. Quote-unquote trivia champion, supposedly, allegedly.
Overall, I said
Look at him,
terrible
folks.
main event.
You see that? You see how he just dances around the hard-hitting topics when the rubber meets the road. I asked him point blank. And you saw what happened? It's like in the old Superman TV show when the criminals would shoot their bullets at Superman and shit, and the bullets would bounce off his chest, and then they would run out of bullets, and then they would throw their gun at him. Like, you watch the bullets bounce off of him, but you know what? Fuck it. You got one last shot, I'm gonna throw my gun at him. No matter that your speed of throwing the gun is a fraction of what a bullet is. No matter that. No matter the fact that you just watched 5-6 bullets bounce off this man's chest. And this is what Fuge does. You know what I'm saying? Because he's sitting next to greatness. He's sitting next to the pay-per-view predictions champion, Quintuple P, the Poonie Poom Pulverizer, and the paragon of professionalism. The one who puts the great in great one. You know what I'm talking about. And so when I bring the hard-hitting questions, he dances around them like, who is Tanya Harding? In the Winter Olympics, you know what I'm I'd have had to derail the show because I'm tired of being no-sold. Dag that. I'm sick of this shit. Dag that. Every now and then, when I ask a question, I want a motherfucking answer. All right, so food just popped officially, so I'm done. Bring it on home, Fooch. It was worth it.
Overall, the main
Yeah.
the main event was terrible. The matches were terrible, but the hack heel turn was good.
Yeah.
Thumbs in the middle.
Yeah.
And we continue on the trail of suck next week.
Oh, it's definitely downhill.
March 1st.